Hi Gemini, here is your weekly reading, beginning Monday 15th through to Sunday 21st. Now, the first card we do have, we've got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse position, and this card has actually come out a few times now in these weekly readings, this upcoming weekly readings, I should say. The thing with this card is it can talk about somebody that on a material level has everything they need, okay? Maybe have a good job, have your own business, a nice home, and have some money. But it can talk about the one thing that is lacking in your life could very well be love. And in this position, it talks about somebody that is maybe fed up with being single, is fed up with feeling unloved. For some of you, it may be talking about a relationship that you're in, that you have everything in regards to your material needs, but your emotional needs are not being met. Now, for some of you, this could also be talking about how there may be some domestic disputes going on that could in some form or another threaten your stability, possibly in regards to your home or your finances. Maybe some of you are going through a breakup, and there is a lot of wrangling going on in regards to the home and the finances. So I think we're looking at two different groups here. Some that are maybe feeling unloved, but content on a material level. And others who on a material level may have to be careful this upcoming week. May need to guard against some form of loss when it comes to finances or home. And don't allow yourself to be irresponsible with money this week. Don't put yourself in a position where you're spending money that you cannot afford to spend. Maybe, you know, keep the wallet or the purse closed a bit this week, okay? Don't be tempted to buy things that you don't really need. Now, what is crossing that is the Four of Pentacles. And this does talk about somebody that maybe needs to keep hold of their finances. In regards to finances, yes, there is a need here for some of you, as I said, to keep hold of the money this week and not be so quick to let it go and spend it. For others of you, if we're talking feelings here, some of you may be playing your cards very close to your chest. Some of you may not be telling those around you how lonely you may feel, or that you're fed up with being single and you're wanting to be in a relationship, or may not be telling your partner how you truly feel, that you're feeling on an emotional level there is a lack between you both. It's going to be different for both of you, because I think this is talking about two groups of people here. Down here we've got the Star card, which is a major arcana. It's number 17. It talks about healing and feeling rejuvenated after being through some challenges. It's a card to tell you that things are going to improve, but you need to keep the faith here, and you need to have trust that whatever this situation is talking about, it's going to work itself out. The Star card comes in the tarot. It comes directly after the Tower card, which talks about the collapse of something, challenges, the breaking down of something. So there's been challenges that some of you may very well have been through in some area of your life. And it may be this week that you need to start to have more trust and faith that this situation is going to improve. And for some of you, as I said, you may start to feel as though you are healing from that situation. And you may be starting to feel re-energized in some form or another. Now, interestingly, we do have two aces on the table. We've got the Ace of Wands here. The ace is the ace, first of all, does talk about new beginnings, and this card is in your recent past. It's a very passionate energy, this Ace of Wands. It can talk about maybe on some level, in the recent past, you've had this kind of breakthrough moment. That on some form or another, your eyes have now become opened to the possibility of something new happening for you. It may be that for some time you wasn't open to any new beginnings. You may have been keeping yourself very closed off. But maybe just recently you've started to think about new beginnings. Started on some level to feel inspired, that may have created this kind of passionate, fiery spark within you. It talks about feeling revved up and raring to go. Now, up here we've got another ace. We've got the Ace of Swords. Now, this deals with our communication and our thoughts. The Ace of Swords is about gaining clarity on something. Where there may have been this fog almost in your mind. You may not have understood something very clearly, or there just may have been a lack of understanding about something. Here we have the Ace, which talks about gaining more clarity on a particular situation here. Maybe gaining more clarity about how, if you are already in a relationship, it is, as I said, fulfilling you with your material needs. But it may not be fulfilling you on an emotional level or in terms of passion. This Ace of Wands may very well be that in the recent past you've come to this realization that this is what's been lacking within your life or this relationship. And you may very well be in a relationship with somebody that it talks more about finances, that is more interested in finances. Gemini, sorry about that. I needed to pause as my dog wanted to go out to the garden. So this talks about gaining more clarity. It could also talk about communication as well. How there may very well be a new beginning here in terms of communication between you and somebody else. Now, the outcome for the week is the World card. Now, this is the last card in the Major Arcana. And with the World card, when it's in its upright, it talks about a chapter or a cycle coming to an end. In its reverse position, it says about how this cycle that you may be in at the moment may not be fully resolved this upcoming week. But it can also talk about how there may very well be some boredom, some stagnation in your life. And you may desperately be trying to bring new passion into your life, gain some more clarity, or bring some new clear communication into your life or into this situation. Sometimes this card as well can speak about holding on or refusing to let go of the past. Refusing to let go of the current ways of doing something. Not being flexible, not being open to new change and new challenges. There's definitely something that you're possibly holding on to here. Either finances or emotions. And for some of you, your financial situation this week may be quite precarious. But again, for a lot of you, it may very well be that, as I said, on a material level, you are contented. But when it comes to other aspects of your life, that contentment may not be fully there. And you may very well be wanting there to be new passion. Because this card talks about new passion, feeling revved up and raring to go. It can be classed as one of the most passionate cards in the tarot. And yet here we see this energy of somebody that is feeling as though they are stagnating. Somebody that is wanting change, but is refusing to allow the change for some reason to come into their life. Now, it could be somebody else that you're involved with. The readings can always go vice versa. It may be you that's trying to bring this change into a relationship, and the other person may be blocking that in some way. Change is needed here in your life, because at the moment I feel you're just existing. Maybe just existing to work and pay bills. And I think there's something else that's very much lacking here. Okay, Gemini, that does bring this weekly reading to a close. I'll be back again next week, and I'm going to very soon be starting to do the career readings. Thank you. Bye.